We have had yet another fantastic afternoon at the J. Davidson Stadium. Over 2,000 fans here, and it's finished Altrincham 2, Maidenhead United 0. Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson is with us. Another great performance, great result and a great day.
Yeah, I was desperate to put that on, not just me, the lads, everybody involved, because non-league day is a really special day to us. Delighted to see 2,000 fans turned up for that. It was an unbelievable turnout. You don't expect that many against a Maidenhead, because obviously you know they're not going to bring as many, but for us to turn out that many fans was absolutely a credit to the football club.
First half there wasn't too much in it. We played some great stuff and had lots of promising moments, but Maidenhead also had their opportunities as well.
I thought we were well on top, to be honest. I could only see one winner. The only worry for me was if we had a lapse in concentration or a mistake. We should have had 3 in the first half. I think there was a block on Dan Mooney's. What a goal that would have been. Tony Thompson's pinged it out to Ben Pringle, who's had an unbelievable touch, and a great through ball for Dan. And then sort of a Tommy Hannigan-esque block, and then another one from Josh Hancock. Another great move, and the one where Joel's burst through should have been 3-0 at half time. The chances we'd had there limited them to very little. So I thought we were the complete dominant force there. At the end, a slight mistake between Tom and Tomo nearly allowed them in, but that's what it was going to take. But it would have been unjust if they'd got that goal today.
Second half, we normally get a reaction or an improvement in performance in the early stages of the second half. That certainly happened today, and pretty well throughout the second half we were in control. There was just the odd moment of threat from the visitors.
Yeah, you're going to get that. You're going to have little moments, but I'll take that. We were about control today. We said that to the players. We're going to have a lot of the ball. We knew that they were a counter-attacking team, feed off set pieces, and we limited them to very few of them and dealt with all their major threats. So I was delighted with the way the lads performed. If you get a perfect performance and 0 shots on your goal or 0 threat, then, hey, listen, the other team probably have to have a little look at themselves, but I thought we were a complete dominant force today.
I think most of the Altrincham fans will have been really disappointed that we didn't have Ryan Colclough involved today. But the great thing about this squad is if any player is not there, there's a really good player to come in. And I thought Matty Costello was excellent today.
I think that was kind of the gauntlet I threw down to the front lads in particular. Can you go and deliver without Ryan in the team? Because I know that's what would have been thrown at us if he didn't play. And listen, what did they do? They stood up and were counted. Matty Costello's scores on his debut out on the wing this season, where he played pretty much most of last season. And obviously Tom Pears, and I've got to give a big well done to them too in particular, because I know Matty's been very frustrated with his goal return, but that's where you'll get goals from Matty, because he will arrive at the back post, and probably our other wingers don't do that as well as him. So that's what he does give us in them positions, and I thought he was a menace and a threat all game today. And Tom coming on, I just said to the lads in the change room and singled Tom out, he's so professional. He gets a little bit of stick, Tom, and undeservedly in my opinion, because that's what he gives this football club, and I think people can see that now in terms of, I thought his performance was absolutely top draw when he came on. He gave them 2 centre-halves a real headache. He was a handful to deal with. And again, we're bringing Brad to the football club. That's what we brought Brad to do, supply them kind of crosses for finishers like Tom to put in the back of the net. And I'm sure Tom will be telling me that if he doesn't start a game, that's what he's been waiting for, and he's got that now, and he's shown me that he'll score off them types of crosses.
And it was deja vu, because last November Maidenhead came here, it finished Altrincham 2, Maidenhead 0. Tom Pears with the second goal. Same thing today. It was a simple finish, but it was a lovely finish.
We say simple finish, it's only simple because he's there, but he had to break his neck to get there, and he read the situation, he knew where Brad was going to put it, and it's only simple if you put it in the back of the net, and that's what Tom did. Good strikers make finishes look simple.
Ben Pringle had a great game today. He's a great player to watch.
Yeah, we knew we'd have a lot of the ball today. That's why we put Ben in. You'll see that a little bit in terms of the rotations with Ben and Dean in particular. It depends on the type of game that we're looking at, the experience that they'll bring. We obviously have to be very conscious about the height of the team, so that's why we'll rotate those types of players. So it's not always as simple as, should we just take Jake out, because you lose that height in the team. We're not the biggest anyway, so we always have to be very mindful of that. But it was the perfect game for Ben, and he got the game by the scruff of the net, and he ran the show, and I think he got man of the match, and deservedly so today. Some of his vision, some of his passing was absolutely leagues above.
And Toby Malarkey and Tom Hannigan once again outstanding. Toby Malarkey seems to be sort of rising and getting better with every game.
He does. I'm running out of superlatives for Toby. He's just got to keep that consistency, that level-headedness about what he's doing, that aggression in his play, that decision making is crucial for Toby, because he is a footballing centre half and he's alongside a warrior in Tom Hannigan. So there's a little bit more on Toby's shoulders with the playing out, but when he gets it right, which he's got right more times than he's got wrong, probably more so than ever as he's matured, he's looking like a top centre half.
And we were amazed that Sean Densmore played the full 90 minutes, but ironically he played a good part in the second goal.
There was no way Sean was coming off the pitch. I spoke to him at half-time just to make sure he was okay. I was very aware we had the trip to Yeovil as well, and again I'll have to bear that in mind with the rotations, which lads are going to be more suitable to that long trip, and then playing a game at the end of it. And we were looking at Sean and Brad, and I know Sean won't mind me saying it, that's why we brought Sean in today, and he was absolutely superb. And it's also the perfect game for Sean because it was an in-possession game, and like Ben, he thrives in them kind of conditions. The pockets he gets into, he's such an intelligent fullback, and he did exceptionally well.
We haven't drawn a game yet, so it could easily have been a draw this afternoon, and that would have been a decent result. But important to take the 3 points because we've got two very tough trips now coming up at Yeovil and Eastleigh.
I've just said to the group of players, if we want to be taken seriously in this division, not just mid-table or top of the bottom part of the table, let's say, type of team, then we have to bounce back. We can't go 2, 3, 4. I think there was even 5 games last season where we didn't win. We can't do that if we want to keep pushing, and the lads certainly stood up and were counted. And it feels very similar to the other groups that we've had in the past here, where they can smell blood and they go and finish a team off. And that's you can just feel it around the place. The bit that we've just got to be careful of is injuries, balancing the squad, making sure we're getting the minutes right and the right games for the right players. And you're looking at people like this man standing here now, Connor Hampson coming back. He's going to give us a massive boost. Other players who've been out on loan could play a part. So Richie Sutton, obviously out on loan. Those types of players, we've got to make decisions on: do we bring them back in for this run of games that we've got, or do we keep them ticking over where they're getting games? You're always on that tightrope of decisions with players who are out, but at the moment we're getting it right.
Somerset on a Tuesday night for a 7:45 p.m. kickoff is a challenge for any team in the north of England, but for a part-time team it's a big challenge. That's
why it was so important we won today. We know everything's going to be against us. Even if you travel up on the Friday to do the Saturday at Yeovil, the travel is sapping. There's no getting away from that. Our lads will go there and acquit themselves brilliantly, and we'll go and do what we always do, try and get a win. That's how we play. There's no point in being reserved with this team. You just got to unleash them and play in the right way. But there's no getting away from it. It was imperative that we won today because it is going to be a massive ask to go there midweek and get a result when our lads have been worked before the going.
That's the thoughts of Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson after Altringham's 2-0 victory over Maidenhead United. Goals from Matty Costello and Tom Pears in front of 2,091 at the J. Davidson Stadium.